From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Monday morning to you. It's championship week in the Flyway. By this Friday, conference champs will be crowned in soccer on Tuesday, volleyball and cross country on Thursday, and then on Friday, football will either have one or three conference champions. I suppose there's a chance there could be two in there if WLA upsets Springs as well. That's later on down the week. Let's kick off this week as we always do with some more stats from this past weekend's football games. We'll start with that Mayville Springs game. It was a tight battle throughout and nothing more indicative of that than the final stats. The teams were within a yard of each other in total offense. Mayville had 251 yards, Springs with 250. The Cardinals rushed for 202 yards. Sawyer Hardesty had 96 of those. Doran Schlender with 44. The Ledgers rushed for 141 yards. Ben Anderson led the team with 94 on 17 carries. In the battle of the quarterbacks, Anderson outdueled Ryan Clark. Anderson had 99 yards to Clark's 39. Both quarterbacks threw picks. That was Clark's first interception of the season. Noah Mowell had a game-high 47 receiving yards. Springs with the 10-3 win. Lemire beat Campbellsport 21-0. The Lions scored all three times on the ground and rushed for 266 yards. Taylor Schomburg with 187. Jackson Gable rushed for another 44. Brody Lickey was the top receiver with 29 yards for the Lions. Campbellsport rushed it 36 times for 143 yards. Riley Coleman had 87 on the ground. Blake Heltemiz rushed for 27. Both quarterbacks in this one threw picks as well. Laconia got the road win at Omro 34-14. How about the day for Jack Renz? He rushed it 21 times for 246 and 3 touchdowns. It's the first time in conference play that Lemire's Taylor Schomburg hasn't been the leading rusher, and it took a huge effort from Renz, who back in week 2 was the leading rusher in the conference. On Friday, averaging nearly 12 yards per carry for the Laconia running back. Laconia also got 50 yards from Colton Hagner on the ground. Drake Nitz was 2 for 4 for 52 yards passing. Omro on the other side got an 106-yard outing from Keegan Miller, and the connection between Lucas Kasabuski and Brock Fry in the passing game was excellent. Kasabuski threw for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. 104 of those yards and both scores went to Fry. 34-14, Laconia wins. And WLA beat up on North Fondy 55-14. Cole Keifenheim once again led the attack with 122 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns for Keifenheim. Gannon Schwartz rushed for 49 yards and 2 more touchdowns. Schwartz was also a perfect 6 for 6 passing for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both TD passes went to Miles McCulley. No stats coming in from North Fondy as of yet. So that puts week 8 to bed. Springs the only home team to get a win this week. Interesting there. On to a recap of Saturday's action. Mayville went 3-1 at its home invitational. The Cards swept Columbus and Lodi before getting a 3-set win against Tri-County and losing their only match of the day in the championship against Newman Catholic. Mayville got 76 assists from Aubrey Tome, 31 kills for Emily Durkowski, 26 kills from Lillian Mansueto, and 68 digs from Layla Boudon. Campbellsport and Omro were both at the Mayville tournament as well. Campbellsport only had 3 matches reported, going 0-3, losses to Tri-County, Newman Catholic, and Marshall. Omro only had 2 matches reported, losing to Marshall and Columbus. And finally, there were 3 matches reported for Springs at Westosha Central. The Ledgers got swept in all 3 by Kenosha Indian Trail, Catholic Memorial, and Lake Country Lutheran. Final event from Saturday was a 2-0 loss for Mayville Soccer at home against Cedar Grove-Belgium. That brings us to a 2-match schedule for today. A light Monday around the conference as teams gear up for the championship push. Mayville Soccer hosts Columbus at 4:30 at Ribbons Park. WLA hits Highway 23 West to play Kohler at 7 p.m. Just the 2 events today. We'll be back tomorrow as we continue with championship week around the conference. Tomorrow, soccer closes out the conference season with North Fondy United in the driver's seat. More on that tomorrow. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.